So I'm so happy to be here with you all here in Edmonton on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional lands of the Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, Blackfoot, and Métis peoples. Now, we've heard the word reconciliation a few times here already, but what does that word mean exactly? Well, the Honorable Murray Sinclair, who was the chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, said that it turns on a very simple concept, which is, I want to be your friend, and I want you to be my friend. And so, in order to be a friend to the Indigenous community, each and every one of us needs to reflect on our own actions and see where we can be better allies to Indigenous peoples. Because reconciliation with Indigenous peoples is a responsibility shared by all Canadians, even new Canadians, such as you're about to become. Now, in the world of citizenship, we like to talk about where people come from, and as Madam Clerk just mentioned, the 67 of you here today are representing 27 different countries. As for me, as you may have deduced from the video, I am of mixed European and First Nation ancestry, and my family is part of a historic Métis nation. From the fur trade, the buffalo hunts, the dispossession of land through Métis script, acts of resistance, all of it. So I have relatively deep roots here in Canada. I am French Canadian, I'm Red River Métis, and because of my background, my own journey to become Canadian was very, very simple. So simple, I can sum it up in just 4 words. I was born here. That's it. But just because it was easy for me does not mean that I take it for granted. In fact, every day of my life, I feel very grateful to be Canadian. But for the 67 of you, your journeys to become Canadian were much different and more complicated than my journey was. For starters, you were all born in another country, and then at some point in time, you made that difficult decision to leave your home country and come here to Canada to start a new life. And there are many different reasons why people make this choice. Some people come here for better opportunities, for education, for work, maybe even for love. Some people come here because of war or other instabilities in their countries. But whatever your reason was, once you arrived here in Canada, you had to adjust and adapt to life in this new country, where the culture, the weather, the language might all be very different than in your countries. So today I really want to recognize the courage, the determination, and the hard work it took for each of you to be here. And I know there were difficult times along the way, but you've persevered, you've embraced this new country, and now here you are, about to become Canadian citizens. Becoming Canadian is something very special, because with this honor comes incredible rights or privileges, like the right to live free of discrimination and persecution, the right to express your opinion without fear, the right to practice your religious faith, the right to vote, and the right to live and work in any province or territory. And these rights apply equally to all Canadians. So it doesn't matter that my family's been here for hundreds of years and that you're about to become Canadian in 5 minutes. As soon as that happens, we are the same under the law and we're entitled to the same rights and privileges. But as I'm sure you're well aware, Canadian citizenship does come with responsibilities as well, like obeying our laws here in Canada, taking responsibility for yourselves and for your families, voting in our elections, doing your part to protect Canada's environment and heritage, and helping others around you and being good community members. Now, all of you have been in Canada for some time already, at least 3 years, some of you much longer, and I'm sure that during that time there's already many different ways that you've been active citizens here, and I certainly encourage you to keep that up long after today's ceremony is over. So with that, let's move on now to the moment you've been waiting for, the swearing of the oaths of citizenship. I'll start by saying the oath in English and then I'll repeat it in French because, as you know, Canada is a proudly bilingual country, and we honor and respect that in all of our ceremonies by swearing the oath in both official languages. So Madam Clerk, I'm ready to go.